Joining me now is 11-time world kickboxing champion and now undefeated PFL middleweight contender. He is Cedric, the best Doumbe. Cedric, how's it going today, man?
I'm good. Nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate the time today. Thank you, man. As I said there, it was announced a couple weeks ago that you have signed with the PFL. You're making your debut June 23rd. And you and Francis Ngannou were two of the hottest MMA prospects about 3 weeks ago. And here we are today. And now you have both signed with the PFL. Now that it's all been announced and everything's official, did you speak to Francis before signing with the PFL? Did either of you try to convince the other or maybe inform the other of your plans to sign?
Not at all. I didn't speak to him before, and even after I didn't speak to him yet. But I think we will meet in Atlanta or maybe in somewhere in USA and discuss about it. But no, we didn't discuss before to agree with the PFL. But I think uh, both of us, we just found out that PFL is like the best deal, the better deal for us. That's it. And I think more fighters soon will follow us.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think it's no coincidence that the two hottest free agents in the sport, both of Cameroonian descent, I think that's awesome. And a part of Francis's contract is the growth and development of PFL Africa. So my question to you is, do you think as the PFL moves into this area and hopefully, provides development and resources to not just Cameroon, but the whole continent, how fast do you think until we see the next Francis Ngannou, Cedric Doumbe, and other future world champions come out of there?
I think people will follow it like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We just have to, to put the hype by fighting, you know. When Francis fight, it's gonna be huge. When I fight, it's gonna be huge, with a lot of knockouts. And I think, Francis he did, a very good job for Africa, by signing with that PFL Africa. That's very great for Africa, and I think we're gonna make, great things. Especially if I can wait to see like a fight card with Francis and myself fighting in Africa, especially in Cameroon, is gonna be huge.
Oh yeah, man. I can't wait. I hope we get to see that Cameroon card with you guys on it. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I've been watching your IG, man. I can see that you're putting in work to get ready for this PFL debut. But were you already preparing for a fight, or is this a bit of last minute preparation to what you're used to going into a big fight like this?
Actually, to be honest, it's a last minute preparation, because that contract we we signed it like at the last minute because we were negotiating with some promotion organization, and the deal was made at the last minute. So it's kind of a last minute preparation, but I still prepared for that. I still preparing myself for the fight, and the opponent is like he's a very tough opponent. It's not going to be an easy fight. So I'm taking it very seriously. It's going to be hard. I think so.
Absolutely. And you are obviously a late addition to this season, but you are going straight into the current tournament despite having missed the first round of fights, which means you only get one shot, to go out and try to earn that playoff spot. So just talk to me about the decision to come straight into this season. And was there ever maybe talk with PFL of holding out for maybe a big super fight and then starting fresh next season? Or did you kind of demand like, no, I want to come in and I want to start competing this season right away?
I like challenges, so I asked for that. I asked to step into the tournament right away, and it's a big challenge because I have to I have to get that 6 point, those 6 point in that first fight, and it's kind of hard, to get, but I love those challenges, and I think I will get it. I have to knock him out at the first round to
Yeah.
get those 6 points. So let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it. That's right. And you will make that debut, as I said, June 23rd in Atlanta, Georgia, against Jarrah Al-Silawi. He has a lot of MMA experience, but also does come from a kickboxing background. He's coming off the loss to reigning champ Sada Bousi, who is a guy in a matchup for a lot of fight fans that I think we're really intrigued to see for you as well. But obviously, Al-Silawi is up first. So did you see that last fight with Sada Bousi? And is this a matchup for you that you feel you can go out now and get that early stoppage that you need?
I didn't watch the fight yet. I just saw the knockout. I didn't watch the fight, but I know that the guy is a good kickboxer.
Mhm.
Not a better kickboxer than me, of course, but he's a good kickboxer, and I think he's not going to kickbox, to stand with me, Otherwise, it's gonna be stupid for him. But I think he's a smart guy. He will go for the for the wrestling, for the BGG, the ground. But I'm prepared for that, and I know he's not bad. He's not that bad. Very good on the floor. He's not a bad wrestler. So it's gonna be a big test for me. It's gonna be a big test, and I can't wait to face him, to show the people that I'm able to face top MMA fighter in the world, and of course to go ahead and get that PFL belt.
Absolutely. And obviously, the thing, you're the kickboxer coming in, right? So the idea and what everybody's going to say is you just got to take him down. But I know I really enjoy the YouTube content as well. I can only read the ones with the English subtitles because my French is really bad. I do enjoy the content, and I see that you're working really hard at the grappling. Is that something that, you've been able to like fall in love with, right? Like with the same passion that made you a world kickboxing champion with the sport of grappling? Or is it just something that you see like it's MMA, so I kind of have to do it?
No, it's like I discovered like a new love, what I'm saying? Like grappling, BGG, especially wrestling is like, for me, is like I'm starting to love it like more than kickboxing now, because it's very hard.
Mm.
First of all, it's very hard, and you gotta be very smart if you wanna like compete well in wrestling, BGG especially. So I like it.
And so much credit, man, because I know that's got to be tough coming in from a sport where you're on top, and then you kind of got to humble yourself and be willing to go
Yeah.
those rounds. And I mean, I appreciate watching those videos, man. You are definitely a student of the game.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was able to see in one of your grappling videos on the YouTube is you talked about spending time at SBG for your last camp. Obviously, SBG also home of Conor McGregor. He has a big fight coming up. You've got some big fights coming up. Is there any plans to return there? Have you spoken to him? Maybe we see some training between you and Conor coming up soon.
Maybe because I'm in very good relationship with John
Mhm.
Kavanagh, and for this training camp I didn't go to the SBG because I have some issue here in France, but definitely we can see that as we also share the same management team,
Okay.
paradigm.
Yep.
So maybe we will arrange something and train together, maybe spar together. So yeah, I
Yeah.
can wait to schedule that.
Well, make sure the cameras are rolling, man. I'd love to see that footage on the YouTube. Are we gonna get some footage behind the scenes in Atlanta at the PFL? You gonna have the cameras rolling for that?
Yeah, I have my cameraman is coming
Nice.
with me. He's following us, and we're gonna get some around the behind the scene, of
Awesome,
course.
man. I can't wait to.
Always
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Like I said,
in
I really
English
enjoy.
now.
Yeah,
In
there we
English.
go.
Everything is in English.
I took one semester of French, Cedric, and the only thing I remember is puis aller au WC, which is how we asked to go to the bathroom because I
Yeah.
was getting out of that class as much as I could. So I wish now I would have learned a little bit more. But I appreciate the English subtitles because it's great content.
Yeah.
But one final question for me, Cedric. You haven't fought in kickboxing since 2021. It's been all MMA since then. Are you content with your kickboxing career and closing that chapter and focus solely on MMA moving forward? Or do you still have future plans to kickbox?
I don't have future plan, to in kickboxing, but kickboxing still in my heart. If maybe in the future, if I have like a great opportunity, to fight some guys, some big names in kickboxing, I
Yeah.
would do it. Maybe a crazy fight, first round kickboxing, second round boxing, third
Yeah.
round MMA, you know, it's gonna be why not? Why not? But I'm not close to the idea, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, maybe you get Jake Paul, pull him in, right? You know, you're part of the PFL now.
Maybe,
Like, hey,
yeah.
forget the MMA. Let's just add some kicks, right? You know,
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
I love it, brother. I love it. Well, Cedric, I cannot thank you enough for the time to get today. Again, you can catch Cedric Doumbe in his PFL debut on June 23rd, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Cedric, I appreciate it and good luck on the 23rd, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.